Hey everybody, what's going on? We got breaking news. What do we got? We got Affirm doing a partnership with Amazon. Hey everybody, if you are new to this channel, if you actually haven't watched any of my videos, just so you know, I do a lot of videos on investing. In fact, ever since early June, I've actually come up with a basket of stocks between 50 and 75 stocks. From that basket, I call them this basket is what I call turbo growth tech stocks, right? I focus on turbo growth investing. And from that, I've developed a strong buy list. And that strong buy list is actually 10 stocks, which is really there's one bonus in there, so it's always 11, but I call it 10 stocks that could 10x in the next 1 to 10 years. I will tell you that Affirm is not in the top 10 strong buy list, and I will tell you that Affirm is actually not in that top 50 to 75 list of turbo growth tech stocks. I actually don't know a ton about Affirm yet, but basically it is breaking news. They just did a partnership with Amazon. So what are we going to do? We're going to go into some details for you. It was in the news. We got actually Meet Kevin from the Meet Kevin channel talking about, who's also running for governor, talking about some of the Affirm stuff. And then also we got some breaking news on Affirm, some details with you on that partnership. I'm also going to take you into the handy dandy spreadsheet so I can show you kind of how they stack up, what their revenues look like. They're, certainly priced very rich. What I'll say is Affirm today was up 46.67%. So almost 50% today. They were up massively in the after hours on Friday. Today it's actually Monday, August 30th, 2021. And after hours Friday, they were up huge in the after hours because of the announcement of that partnership with Amazon. So obviously that's going to be huge. And in case you don't know what Affirm is, it is the buy now, pay later setup, right? So the whole concept of really that's simple, right? Just buy now, pay later, and then you have like maybe a little transaction cost, but you actually don't have interest until a certain time period. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check out some of the details of this earnings and go from there. Okay, everybody. So here we go. We got a quick news brief here from CNBC on this on what's happened with Affirm.
Hours news alert on shares of Affirm, the payment stock rocketing higher on some deal news. Let's get to Kate Rooney with all the details. Hey, Kate.
Hey, Leslie, Affirm shares have been up as much as 40% after hours after a partnership with Amazon. Amazon is getting into what has been a booming buy now, pay later space. The e-commerce giant is partnering with Affirm for its first ever installment payment options on the e-commerce site. Shares of Affirm, as I mentioned, absolutely soaring after this announcement. They had been up as much as 40%. They're up about 39% here after hours. Affirm's buy now, pay later checkout option will be available to certain Amazon customers in the U.S. That starts today with a broader rollout in the coming months. The partnership will let Amazon customers split up purchases of $50 or more into those smaller monthly installment payments. I'm told some of these will be interest-bearing, others will have zero interest. It really depends on the borrower, and this could be big for Affirm. The shares had gotten hit earlier in the week after Peloton earnings. There was some concern about revenue concentration for the company. Peloton, of course, is a big partner for Affirm. Amazon, though, the biggest retailer in the U.S., eMarketer estimates Amazon will account for more than 40% of e-commerce spending in the U.S. this year. The partnership on Friday, of course, is the latest sign of a red-hot lending space here. Younger consumers have really been moving towards these alternative lines of credit. Affirm.
There we go. That's enough interesting details on that one from there. So we got Meet Kevin right here.
$2,945.
And Meet Kevin goes into a little bit of
$2,949 or $45 when you could get it for as low as $69 for 43 months.
In case you can't tell, he's actually on the Peloton site, so he's actually showing you how Affirm has got a partnership with Peloton as well.
And all you have to do is click the little pre-qualify now button, and you could start making payments with no extra fees at zero interest as long as you pay it off by this end term. Now, if you need more than 43 months, 24 months, or 12 months, or whatever you choose, you'll end up paying interest, which interest makes up about 45% of Affirm's revenue. Another about 45% comes from the transaction fee, which is actually really brilliant, because if you check out through Affirm, you're not checking out through a credit card, which means now Affirm can charge that 2.9 or 3-ish% fee and make money off processing your transaction and then they're hoping that a certain percentage of people are going.
Okay, so there you go. So you get the picture about Affirm, what they do. They've been a key partner for Peloton in terms of the Peloton bikes are, kind of expensive, a couple $1,000s. So people go in there and they use Affirm, and like that's actually pretty impressive to be able to buy those bikes, and have, spread that purchase out over four years and then not even pay any interest. So it's the buy now, pay later, and then they got that partnership with Amazon, which is going to be obviously enormous for their business. Amazon is pretty close to actually hitting, well, they're over 400 billion in sales now per year, pretty close to actually hitting 500 billion. It seems to me that it's a whole lot more likely than not that Amazon will soon surpass Walmart as the biggest company in the world in terms of revenues. So what else do we have? We got, I'm going to take you to the Yahoo Finance so you can actually see Affirm in the revenue. And let's check out the handy dandy spreadsheet right now so you can see kind of where they're at. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so got them right here, Affirm. As you can see, pretty thick market cap at 26,401,000,000. The problem with that is that, when you jump 50% in a day, your market cap has jumped 50%. So now you're pretty expensive. Now it's a pretty expensive stock. As you can see, what they have here, they do have a trailing 12 months figures on their revenue, but the most recent fiscal year is actually 2020, and they're right there at about 509 million. And then the actual previous 12 months before, they've got a 92.8% year-over-year revenue growth. So very, very strong. Some of the biggest on my spreadsheet, actually, right there with Roblox. Pretty much the only group beating Roblox and beating that 100% is Coinbase, right? Yeah, Coinbase, and then actually Etsy is right there too at about 100% year-over-year revenue growth. Very attractive gross profits. It's 66.21%. But very richly valued, as you can see. You take a look at their gross profits, which are 337 from fiscal year 2020, and it's very, very expensive at about 78 from their annual gross profit figure into their market cap. Very similar to like an Enphase. I'm actually not buying solar companies like Enphase right away. I am buying the solar ETFs. And then if you take a look at where they are in terms of the so there you go. So 99.59, down a little bit today and after hours, but up literally 46.67%. So that is Affirm. Everybody, if you like this updates on stock news, I also do a lot of earnings. If you like hearing about the top 50 to 75 turbo growth tech stocks, and if you'd like to hear about turbo growth investing, consider subscribing to the channel. Give me a like if you find the value in it. I also do earnings release on all those. Basically, I have the calendar, of course, for the 50 to 75 top turbo growth tech stocks. If you want to hear about the strong buy list, the top 10 turbo growth tech stocks that could 10x in the next 1 to 10 years, go ahead and give me a like and subscribe to the channel. I also will have a link for that soon, so you actually can go purchase those lists, which I will update quarterly. I'm also going to put some links below, everybody. I came out with a blueprint recently on investing in credit. You can go check out those links, and those guys got tons of guides in there. I mean, right now that ebook is about 63 pages. It's only $7. Everybody, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm certainly not your financial advisor. I do have a background in investing, though. My first job out of college was Merrill Lynch. Then I did investment banking, and then I worked for Sun America here in Los Angeles for 3 years. But as an individual investor, I also got a great track record. I got 5 investments that have 10x'd. My top return is actually Netflix, purchased in 2011 and 2012. I've got an 80x return on Netflix when you look at their 52-week high, and a 33x return on Apple, which just hit another high, an all-time high today. Purchased Apple back in 2007 before the first iPhone came out. Thank you guys very much. Have a great week, and we'll see you soon.